Hello, it is Christian the Coaster Guy here. That is for Dan, who really likes that intro. Anyway, I've gotten a lot of subscribers recently, which is pretty cool, and I just hit 400 subscribers, which is super cool. And since all of you have been so helpful in helping me improve my rides by commenting and giving me a bunch of tips, I thought it'd be cool to look at my rides that I made before I even started YouTube. So a lot of these rides were made in NoLimits 1, but I just put them in NoLimits 2 because I do not have NoLimits 1 on this computer. Anyway, they are pretty bad in my opinion. I'm just going to show all the POVs and give my thoughts on them. The first ride we're going to look at is called Lava Blast, and the main problems with this ride are that the launch track tilts and you hit a support a few times, and there's a really weird low to the ground barrel roll inline twist that doesn't have any heart lining, which I blame the NoLimits 1 editor for because it was pretty difficult to make good rides in it. But other than that, it's probably one of the better ones that I'm going to show you today. Another thing is that the brake run is way too short, so it always has these block failures. It just wasn't very well designed, but I think I made all of these when I was 12, so can't really blame myself that much. The next one we're going to look at is another custom design coaster I made. The next two after this are going to be recreations, which is extra interesting, but first this one. It's called Stand Up! Exclamation point, can't forget that, and you could probably guess it is a stand-up coaster, very original name. It's pretty bumpy like the last one, which I blame the NoLimits 1 editor for. It has a really weird layout where it's a lot of just like helixes. Like, it starts out with a figure 8 helix, kind of like Shambhala, but a little different. And then it has this weird other helix that's way too tight sometimes, and you hit a few supports. And then it goes into another inline twist, low to the ground, and a bunch of weird twisties at the end. So it's just a really weird layout, and there's also way too many supports, and the supports look really weird. So I'm trying to go in order of best to worst, but I don't know which one's worse, but I'm going to say Great Bear is not as bad as the next one. So yeah, this is a recreation of Great Bear. First things first, the shaping is wrong, everywhere. The Immelman and the corkscrew don't even go the right direction. And yeah, just overall the proportions are wrong. It goes through the right elements. Not really, because the elements are wrong, but kind of. And yeah, other than that, it's sort of Great Bear. It has the right color scheme going for it. And the inline twist is pretty atrocious too. And last, but certainly not least, is my Lightning Racer recreation. This, well, first of all, I need to explain some few things. In NoLimits 1, you could only make one track at a time, so you could make dueling tracks, but they had to be a Mobius loop. So I had to make this into a Mobius loop, and there's a weird cross section at the end that you'll probably be able to see on the POV. Again, like Great Bear, the proportions are just wrong. I'm missing the double dip after the first drop, or the double down, pretty much. And yeah, there's the shaping's really weird. There's no airtime hill in the tunnel. The crossover, like the one side, just totally goes a super sharp corner. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Like, it sort of does the right stuff, but it's just not proportionally correct. And there's a lot of weird mistakes that I just didn't fix. And one more thing I forgot to add is the finish line at the end. Really well executed, nothing wrong with it there. Really proud of that. So that sums it up for reviewing my old rides. Yeah, pretty much they all had the same problems, but it's cool to see how much I've improved, especially on my recreations. If you haven't seen it, go look at my Candemonium recreation on my new channel that you should definitely subscribe to. I'll put a link in the description. Yeah, you should definitely check that out. Other than that, thank you for watching and subscribing. Goodbye.